Well, hello there and welcome to another episode of my Total Extreme Wrestling WWE in 2010 video, and I've got to start off by saying thank you for the support on this series so far. It has been absolutely amazing, both on this series and the New Japan series currently running. The support has been phenomenal and I appreciate every single person who watches the videos. But we've got episode 3 here of the 2010 WWE save. We've got Monday Night Raw start off, then we've got ECW tomorrow next, and SmackDown at the end of the episode. All 3 shows fit into one episode, and this save, unlike the New Japan save, where it's one event per show. So we have got to kick things off with GM Austin, pretty much is announcing that since Orton and Cena ended in no contest last week, it's only fair that it's a triple threat then at the Rumble. It's not Sheamus' fault, but if Cena and Orton can't decide who's the number 1 contender, they're both gonna jeopardize each other's chances. Good stuff. Gets an 81 rating. We can get our first match of the night, which is Carlito quickly defeating Chris Masters, just giving these guys something to do because I realized I hadn't used Chris Masters yet. Trying to use some of these guys which I haven't touched yet. 50 rating. DX are discussing the 6-man main event tonight, which is DX and John Cena against Legacy, and Bret Hart just walks in and he just it sort of makes Shawn's concentration disappear. He's no longer able to fully concentrate on the match at hand. He seems a bit dazed. Gets an 85 rating, good promo. Then got to Austin, and he's with WWE CEO Vince McMahon, and McMahon's going like, "See, Austin, look what it's like being in power. You understand how I felt now all those years ago?" And Austin's like, "No, you were still a jackass." But obviously cooler than that because Austin is a lot cooler than I am. It's a 91 rating though for these great promos, and Vince McMahon says, "Well, if you're not going to utilise the role of GM properly, maybe somebody else should take it." It's a 91 rating though. Get a US title match quickly. The Miz just defeats Primo in just under 7 minutes. It's a quick match, nothing really to it. It's just giving the Miz a match and Primo something to do. 67 rating. Miz and Kofi storyline because Kofi was on commentary for this match. And after the match, Kofi attacks him. He jumps from the commentary table and just hits a springboard clothesline onto Miz and starts laying in some punches. Miz rolls to the outside and hightails it up the ramp. Gets a 63 rating. We then find out that we get confirmation that it's going to be Maurice versus Gail Kim at the Royal Rumble, which is week 4. So it'll be in the next episode. We'll have next episode of this, which will of course be on Sunday night. We'll have Raw, ECW, SmackDown, and the Royal Rumble will be in that episode. So make sure you hang around to the end of that one. 52 rating though. We get a quick tag match. Kelly defeats Maurice, which is big, with a leg drop bulldog. Kelly pins Maurice. Gets a 50 rating. 51 from Kim, 53 from Maurice, 49 from Kelly, 32 from Alicia. Alicia was by far the weak link, which makes me question, why didn't you just pin her? 50 rated. We then get Legacy cutting a promo on DX, Cena and Sheamus. It's just the DX people, Legacy people in this segment, but they're going on about how they're going to beat DX tonight. Then, next week on Raw, Legacy are going to win the tag team championships from DX, the Raw brand ones, and at the Royal Rumble, Randy Orton is going to win the WWE title, and Legacy will be draped in gold because that is our legacy. Good promo. We get Kofi Kingston's match it's pretty much inverted of what happened earlier. Kofi Kingston has a match with Jack Swagger and he wins in 13:27 with a Trouble in Paradise. Both guys getting 66, which is good. Gets 79 because announcing and Colour lifted the match. Good old JR and Lawler. And Miz is on commentary for this, and just as a repeat of earlier, but mirrored, at the end of the match, Miz gets off commentary and beats down Kofi. Good stuff. 67 rating. We get a Sheamus promo. He cuts promo on the fact that he is now going to have to defend a triple threat this next Sunday. So he's going to like, hey, I ain't going to back down though. I'm the Irish Warrior, the Celtic Warrior. I am not going to lose. 73 rating. And then the main event match gets a 82 rating. When John Cena pins Ted DiBiase with an attitude adjustment, gained heat in the Orton Cena Sheamus storyline and the tag title abandoned storyline. That's not the storyline abandoned, that's just the name of the storyline. And of course the tag titles. Currently a one champion, so I've not been able to split it into a Raw and SmackDown, so I just put it as tag titles. But gets an 82. Good stuff from everyone involved, it seems. The negatives were inconsistency from everyone except for Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels is the only consistent one out of all these. 82 rated though. And after the match, it breaks down into a massive brawl. Sheamus comes down and he gets involved. So you got the triple threat wrestlers for the WWE title all brawling. You also have DX and Legacy brawling as well. Obviously, Orton's getting shots in at DX. Cena's getting shots in at Legacy, and Sheamus is just attacking anyone he wants to. Sheamus doesn't really have a side in this. He's just fighting. So what do we get? In the first, we get an 85. Great stuff. Doesn't quite improve us in all regions. I don't understand how we got an 85. We only got 2 segments above 85, but I'm not going to complain. And provided a brief interlude, will be an ECW in 3, 2, 1. And we are here on ECW. We'll kick off on the pre-show for a couple of dark matches, you know. Dark matches are always fun. Get ECW's main brand of doom, because that's where my new talent are coming. But we're doing a few more dark matches between 2 actual dark match wrestlers. And we've got Kenta Kobashi versus Chris Hero. Kenta Kobashi picks up the win in 11:16 with a vertical suplex powerbomb. Oh yeah, I do know that move. I have seen Kobashi do that. Didn't realise it was his finisher though. Interesting. But yeah, Kobashi picks up the win, gets 39 rating. Second match sees Cesaro defeat Kenta with a cola bomb, and they have great chemistry. That's good to know. When cut into the main show, which I believe we're focusing on the tournament. And we start off with a Block B match, which is Caval and Zack Ryder go for 11 minutes before Zack Ryder defeats Caval with a Zack attack. I mean, I like Low-Ki. I do like Low-Ki. But I'm looking to the character I want to give him a complete character regression. The best way to do that is force him into a corner and have to fight his way out like a rabid bear. It's 53 rating though, good match, and Zack Ryder gets his win in Block B. Christian, we cut backstage and Christian is found unconscious. Completely knocked out, not like a, oh I don't know who attacked me, he is out cold. 71 rating though. Then get a women's match for I think the first time on ECW. I think I've booked a women's match as Katie Lee Virtual and Rosa Mendez defeat Courtney Taylor and Taryn Terrell when Rosa Mendez pins Taryn Terrell with an even flow DDT. Wow, why was that so hard to say? Katie Lee Virtual was by far the best person. Courtney Taylor got a 5. God's sake. Gets 33 rating though. We then get Regal and Kozlov come out for Regal's match against Bryan, and Bryan comes out and he's like, hold up. You don't think I've realised that you're the one to attack Christian, but Regal and Kozlov completely deny that they were even involved in the Christian attack. They say that they had nothing to do with it. Gets a 58 rating. Then gets that Block A match between Daniel Bryan and Regal, and they draw in a 15-minute time limit. Gets a 60 rating. It was part of Block A. 60 rating is great stuff. And to be honest, it's great news for the other 2 people in Block A. For these 2 to draw with each other, because that means they don't need to get as many points. 60 rating is good though. Regal gets 56, Bryan a 52. And after the match, they just beat Regal and Kozlov, attack Bryan.
which sort of makes them look a bit guiltier of the attack on Christian. Gets a 61 rating. Good stuff. And now let's cut to having a look at these blocks in 3, 2. So we look at the tournaments, and I think I made a mistake on the calculations of it, because both Bryan and Regal should have 3 points. And yeah, so Haas and Benjamin, Ryder should have 2 points, Haas should have 2 points, and Benjamin should have 2 points, because Caval has no points, so they should all have 2 points. But yes, Regal and Bryan should have 3 points, but bad calculations. Let's cut, though. Jump again. We're going to do another jump cut in 3, 2, 1. We're going SmackDown.
I just realised I'd already done the countdown, completed the countdown in the last clip, so this just feels awkward now. It's SmackDown. Hi. We kicked things off with a pre-show match, which is just pretty much trying out one of our new developmental guys who's been calling me saying, hey, I want to be coming out to the main roster, I want to come out to the main roster, I want to come to the main roster. So I was like, okay, I'll give you a pre-show match. You can face Finlay, because Finlay's pretty darn solid, despite declining. He's still solid. Get a 51 rating, which, to be fair, 45 isn't bad. We'll compare that to some of the other ratings we see tonight, because we've got SmackDown, which opens up with a cold open as we go backstage to see Punk, Jericho, and Gallows all attacking Kane. Backstage, so all laying him out, and they're just attacking, just leaving Kane laying backstage. It's a cold open, nothing big. Gets a 69. Gallows was not good without scripting. He probably should have just stayed quiet then. We then go to the ring where the Undertaker comes out as the World Heavyweight Champion. He gets interrupted by Batista. He's going on about how at the Royal Rumble he's going to defeat the Undertaker and take the World Heavyweight title. Mysterio comes out and goes, hey, last week you got the better of me, but you are not the better wrestler. You are vicious, yes, but you are not better than me. You were just better than me last week. And Matt Hardy comes out to Ray and he's like, Ray, what are you doing? Stop getting into fights like this. Stop getting into big fights. Improves 2 storylines in 1 good segment. And it leads into a match where Batista defeats Matt Hardy in 10:54 with a spine buster. So Matt Hardy lasted longer than Mysterio did. That's going to be key to the story down the line, because this story is going to be a long told story. And Mysterio helps Hardy to the back, because Mysterio had just been out there. So he just sort of helps Hardy get to the back. Gets a 77 rating. We then get... It's a triple threat tag team elimination. It was supposed to be a fatal 4-way, but it's a triple threat. We'll find out why next week. And the Hart Dynasty defeat Master J and Jimmy Wang Yang and Punk and Gallows. And the final came, looked like the Punk and Gallows were about to win when Kane ran in and chokeslammed Punk behind the referee's back. And the Hart Dynasty pick up the win. 65 rating. And Tyson Kidd doesn't want Natalya anymore. He doesn't want his wife. Okay. Punk and Jericho are backstage and they're arguing. And Punk's like, whoa, where were you, dude? I thought you were at my side in this fight. And Jericho's like, hold on. I said I'd be at your side helping to attack Kane. I never promised I'd watch your back to defend you. I never promised that. You've inferred that. So a bit of tension there. I mean, they're not actually a team. They just found a common enemy. 97 rating. Probably the best segment we've had so far. R-Truth and Drew McIntyre are picking each other's warm-up matches next. And R-Truth picks Elec Escobar with Vicky Guerrero. An act which I forgot existed as well. And yeah, so... And, oh wow, even the gay doesn't fully understand who they are. But Drew McIntyre defeats Elec Escobar in just over a minute with a snap underhook DDT. It's the Future Shock. It's 52, Drew gets a 60. Elec Escobar, I mean, Roderick Strong was better than that. Roderick Strong got 45. You gotta think. And then McIntyre goes, okay, You picked my warm-up match. Your turn. You're getting Dolph Ziggler. It's 56 rating for the announcements of Dolph. And in a decent match, goes 14 minutes and Dolph Ziggler wins. After Drew McIntyre attacks Truth, Dolph Ziggler hits a zigzag, and picks up the win. Gets 66 overall, pretty good stuff. Undertaker cuts a promo, the Undertaker's promos aren't good. What? Oh well, Undertaker didn't cut a great promo, got 67. Women's match next as Beth Phoenix defeats Maria Kanellis with a glam slam with Lay Cool, Mickey James, and Lay Cool and Mickey James at ringside. It's a 53 rating. And DX end the show by announcing that they are ready for the Hart Foundation at the Rumble. They've got their Raw match on Monday against Legacy, and at the Rumble, the Hart Foundation. They are ready, and they will leave the Rumble with both of their tag titles still intact. It's a 91 promo. Overall, we've got a 75, which is very disappointing, which, to be fair, we're considering that run there, those two 90s couldn't fix it. Let's cut to the main screen and we'll have a look at something at the end of this episode. So, rather than just a breakdown of what you've just seen in the episode, I thought this week we'd do something a bit different. I want to have a look for 3 shows, Raw, SmackDown and ECW. How have they done in the ratings? Are they growing in ratings or not? So, first episode of Raw, we got 3.2 million. Second, almost 3.4. And we're now up to 3.44 million. So, we are growing for Raw. ECW started at 26,000. ECW is very low on the viewership. It's 28,000. And how much did we grow after? We actually dropped. Oh. Did we not have any? Well, no, we didn't really. No, to be fair, we didn't really have any big angles on that episode of ECW. I don't know. Maybe the Bryan and the Christian angle will persuade people to return next week. SmackDown started with 725, went up to 750, which got a 1 TV rating, and finally we've actually dropped again, 737. So the Rey Mysterio Batista stuff didn't draw, and I'm kind of nervous considering we dropped on a show which was a lot better than the one we just had. Well, I've been Ben Chapman, and that was another week in WWE in 2010.